And we're live. Hey, it's Luke, and it's Adam Isch on the scene with the weather report.
Yeah,
How are
that's
the
what it
conditions
feels
there,
like.
Adam?
But it's a nice sunny day out here in Burleson, Texas. Doing a pop-up shop, and yeah, we're
Yeah,
just doing the thing.
nice, nice. So you've got. Tell us a little bit about your company.
Um, so we are a men's personal care and hygiene company, Isch Beard Works, men's hygiene. Yeah, we're just trying to grow our products lines, but we're specialized in lightly scented men's personal care products. I like to say for the man who can't or doesn't want to smell like a pine tree farted in his face. So,
Yeah, and I love the products. Soap's great. I haven't shaved in a little while, but I really enjoy the shea butter. So for a beer brand, your beer is not all that full right now. What's going on with the facial hair?
well, I about 6 weeks ago I shaved it off on election day. Did a event with a local radio personality. We did a charity event for Movember.
Hmm.
Had to shave my beard and did a kind of a mustache growth track. And,
Yeah,
just try to raise a little money for the cancer awareness and
yeah,
research. Really, not just awareness. The research they do.
yeah. That's awesome. Great cause. So
Yes.
you've been how long have you been in business now?
Say again.
How long have you been in business now?
Oh, since like May 2020 this year, May.
Okay, good. So you're in consumer goods, obviously a difficult space. It's difficult to get in to retail, difficult to get eyes on a product. What are some of the things that you've learned that you think would be helpful for other people who are trying to sell their stuff?
Um, do what you can to get eyes on the product. What I do is very it requires interaction. It's hard to sell, different scent blends and things like that online. So, I've been coming out to people, to events, pop-ups, trying to get into like flea markets, different co-ops, stuff like that, where I can get in front of people and
Mm.
let them experience it. And I think that's a big part of it is finding a way to let people experience and engage with your products.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good advice. Also, one thing that you do really well is you run small experiments that I've seen, like on social media. You're thinking about different ways to do things. Can you talk a little bit about like how you think about different ideas to set up different experiments for marketing?
Um, it's a lot of just trial and error. Um,
Yeah,
with marketing, I always kind of felt like it's just throw it against the wall and see what sticks.
yeah,
Don't be I try not to be afraid to try new things.
hmm,
And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is take advice. Um, I used to be the guy that was like, I know everything. I'm educated. I've done all this, and I've really tried to be disciplined with anybody who wants to give me advice. I don't care who it is. I don't say no, especially when it comes to marketing. I listen, and
hmm.
I look up. I do my due diligence and not just assume that they're wrong or I know better. I think that's really the key is take advice, um,
Yeah,
especially with marketing.
you yeah you and the other thing that I've noticed about what you do is you listen to advice. Doesn't necessarily mean you need to take everybody's advice, but you listen to the advice. But the other thing that you do is you aren't afraid to go in and learn to do new things. I mean, if there's something that needs to be done, I've noticed you just jump in and figure that shit out and go do it, right?
Right, and yeah, and there's been some uncomfortable moments, some stuff I hear like you've suggested to me. It's like in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, that sounds terrible. That sounds uncomfortable. That just sounds outside of anything I want to do. But then again, I try to just you know take time, breathe, let it kind of marinate, and then do your due diligence and try to approach it with the best attitude and you know with some enthusiasm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So what are some of the other lessons you've learned, some things that you're coming to realize, as you're trying to sell the retail and get in front of people? What are some other things that you've come to realize?
Um, People like to say no. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the default answer, and
Yeah.
um, especially trying to get into retail. Um, there's a lots of ways people say no. Learning, realizing what no sounds like a thousand different ways. Um, but just kind of being prepared for that, being prepared to answer the questions, because a lot of times that's the default no. Not necessarily hounding people, but being willing to, like, well, let me, you know, uh, explain a little more what we do,
Hmm.
so that they'll actually consider. Because I think a lot of people, especially in retail, like, I don't think I could ever do retail. That seems even worse. To have like a brick and mortar retail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I get it. It's stressful. You want to do your thing and go home, and but
Yeah.
just learn to be persistent, be nice, be welcoming, um, be personable. I think that's a big thing. I think a lot of uh, there's a lack of person what's a of I don't know what the word is, but yeah, people aren't always personable when in
Yeah.
business.
Yep. How So I have not spent much time in the Dallas area. How would you describe the entrepreneurial ecosystem, the support in the area? I mean, a lot of people certainly talk about Austin and some other areas, but I haven't heard much about the Dallas Fort Worth area. How would you describe the entrepreneurial ecosystem there?
I'm still learning it. Getting out
Yeah.
here, these little pop ups and events are helping me, because I'm getting to know people, especially it's the same group of people. Um,
Yeah.
it's supportive, but again, it's not like in Austin, um,
Mhm.
where that's kind of like, it's kind of like what Silicon Valley 2.0,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. There is
Yep.
a lot of big business here, a lot of military here. So you got to consider that. But I'm still kind of learning the environment here. So far, it's been good. The people I dealt with. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. So you've over the past handful of months also have paid a lot of attention to social media. You've grown your accounts. You've got some attention from some notable people on social media. What would you say as some pieces of advice to give to people to help them grow their audiences on social media and to try to engage some of those people who might be higher profile?
Ask. Uh,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I've found, I just ask. Hey, I'd be honest, open, clear, concise. I got a startup. I do this. I'm looking for this from you.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think that people appreciate that, especially in the higher profile.
Hmm.
Um, they want clear conciseness, and honestly, when you're dealing with a lot of those people, um, they're gonna want to try products. They're gonna want to see it. Uh, I got a pretty high profile guy on TikTok, has about almost 1 million followers now.
Hmm.
Um, I had to invest in that. I had to give him some product and let him
Yeah.
um, try it out, and because
Yeah.
you want buy-in, you want
Mhm.
them to feel like it's, they're part of it. And I think when you're clear, concise, and let them experience your products, if they're good, they're gonna take care of themselves, and the people will, be willing to help.
Yeah. And then what about the audience growth? I mean, you're like everybody, you're still growing more audience, but what have you
Mhm.
found to be good ways to grow the audience so far?
Um, so I took your advice, and I just followed as many people as I could, and
Hmm.
you get quite a few follow backs from that. I'm actually doing something I found recently called, it's, Dallas Fort Worth area, called the DFW, DFW Loops, and
Okay.
it's basically a um, I don't even know how to describe it. They set up, they make you follow, about 100 people every
Hmm.
week, and if you follow 100 people every week, you do it so often, then they put you on the thing, and make
Okay.
people follow you. It's this following chain of local businesses, local consumers. It's very targeted local. That's jumped me up about
Mhm.
100 followers in the last couple of weeks. But um, put interesting and engaging content out.
Yeah.
Um, I found I grew a lot when it wasn't just about the products, when I put more of me out there.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me. I'm an introvert. I don't think I'm that interesting. But I think people like to peek behind the curtain a little bit
Yeah.
and see who you are.
Yeah.
Put pictures of my dogs out there, and just
Mhm.
stuff like that. I think people feel engaged with, and you mix in the ads and the sales and the product introduction, and you don't become a faceless you know entity. You become a person people can interact with and engage with,
Yeah.
and be open on your DMs,
Yeah.
your direct messages. I think that's big. Is be responsive, talk to people. You're gonna get some weirdos, some troubling weirdos, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. You until you have troubling weirdos in your DMs, you haven't really made it, and that's the sign that
Yeah,
you're getting somewhere. You
yeah.
have troubling weirdos in your DMs.
Yes, there's one guy who's real persistent that we do face-to-face chatting, and he was like from Ghana, and I was like, no, please, I just want to see your face. I'm like, I'm good. I really don't want to do
Yeah, bro. We're good. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's a sign. Yeah,
it's
that's one of the. It's an indicator that you're making it. When you get
yeah,
weirdos want to
people.
see your face.
So
So, what are a brand or a couple brands out there that you really like? And if you could become similar to them, that would mean that you sort of made it. What are some brands you're a fan of?
so I like Duke Cannon. I like their whole thing.
Hmm.
Kind of military, real manly geared. I I respect and kind of want to get to a place where like a Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah.
Um, do a little bit of everything. Um, I like their model. Of course, I've heard they're not real profitable because they dump a ton of money into marketing and all
Oh
this
yeah.
stuff. But no, I just like the you know their whole look, their whole feel, just kind of
Hmm.
irreverent. Just
Hmm.
we're dudes that use the restroom, and this is cool stuff. And um,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of like that kind of just the anti-normal, the Gillette.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all serious, and we're gonna have
Yeah.
a razor commercial that's highly produced. That's
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like the real, genuine stuff. So Duke Cannon, Dollar Shave Club are kind of my field that I really look to and see, and like, man, I wish if I can get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't imagine being an entrepreneur trying to build something that is really stuffy. I mean, if you have a choice, why would you build something stuffy and like coal? I mean, if you're building something, wouldn't you want it to be fun and freaking interesting? I don't understand. Like, do people set out and say, I'm going to build some boring ass company?
I I don't think they set out that way, but I think it's convenient and easy.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Creativity isn't easy. It takes energy. You have to prioritize it. It's just, you're right. It's easy just to do it a normal way. Everybody else does it.
yeah, just the whole cookie cutter mentality. But I think there's people that respond to that. There's people. I mean, people my dad's generation that like that consistency, but you know, that's that's really not my
Yeah.
target. Looking for people
Yeah.
who like creativity and appreciate the effort that's put into these things.
So one thing about having a new company, a startup company, is that there's always something to do. Like,
Mm.
you can have a list of a million things. There's always something you could be doing. If you're awake, there's something you could be doing to work on the business.
Oh yeah.
How do you balance all of the things to do with sort of stepping away and just breathing?
Um. So I learned this phrase, and it's in the military when you got a lot of stuff to do. It's when handling stuff to do, it's how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It's I really focus on and internally, I'm an introvert and I'm kind of a perfectionist, and internally it eats me alive, but I know it's the right way to do it is not try to do too much. I do one thing at a time. I do it as best as I can, and then I move on to the next thing. I think I prioritize fairly well. Lower priority things sometimes don't get done. I think I'm learning to accept that reality. And then stepping away, honestly, I just do. At night, I jump on an Xbox game and I'll play, Star Wars Battlefront or Madden, and then I always finish with Madden because it's going to sound weird. So I don't stay awake at night thinking about the business. I make sure to end playing a few games of Madden.
Yeah.
Because I play Dynasty mode, so I have like my team set up and I have everything set up.
Yeah.
And that's all I think about until I fall asleep. All I think about is Madden. What am I going to do tomorrow? I got this game coming up. I think of it kind of like I'm watching a Sports Center on my own team. And I'll tell myself, because I'll find my mind drifting to because there'd be times I'll drift like, okay, I need to, fill bottles tomorrow. I need to get, inventory up, and I got no, stop it, Adam. What are you doing tomorrow in Madden? When I'm, laying in bed.
Yeah.
Because I will stay up
wonder
for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For me, at the end of most nights, I end up playing Fortnite because I don't have to think about it. It's sort of a meditation. I just jump on, play with my brother, some other people that I know, just play freaking Fortnite. It's ridiculous. I'm a grown ass man playing Fortnite, but I don't have to think. It's my way to sort of shut things down. And I would encourage anybody to find their Madden or their Fortnite or their thing. I think that, to me, that's better than just Netflix or something, because that has some element of competition, like some element of networking, because I can talk to friends and family and shit on the game. So I would encourage. I love the fact that you're playing Madden at the end of the day. That's freaking great. Are you a Cowboys fan?
Yes. My terrible Cowboys. I still love them. No, I like to. So when I update the game, I probably will, because they're probably going to be bad. But I like taking the worst teams, and I don't even really like playing the games as much. And I play the games. I like building the teams. That's just, I like the general manager mode part of it. Nice. So my dream job is to be a Major League Baseball general manager. I would set everything aside if the Texas Rangers said, "Hey, come general manage." That's it. That's the dream. But no, I like that team building stuff.
My dream job, and I've always said this: if it paid any amount of money, I would be a baseball scout. That is the thing. I would go assess talent. I'd put together talent reports. I looked at it a while ago, and the opening was like $8 an hour. I'm like, I love it, but I can't make that shit happen. There's no way. But I would love to do that. There's nothing better than being out in the ballpark all freaking day. That's the best thing.
Yeah, I did the same thing. There is a scouting. There are independent scouts for baseball, and they actually pay you $25 a report, and you kind of work whatever you want. Okay. I went through the interview process. They make you scout, they give you video. It's one of White Sox, Mercado. They have video of him, the right fielder, when he was in the minor leagues, and do a little scouting report on him. What do you see with the swing? And it was so fun. Just doing the interview and doing the application process was probably the fun. I would just interview for that job repeatedly because it was so awesome to watch all these scouting videos. It's not like the TV broadcast. It's different camera angles, and you're just focusing on the pitch. Oh, he he chased because his front foot flew open too fast, and
Yep.
that kind of stuff I love it.
Dang. Awesome. All right, we're at 20 minutes.
Okay.
You got some more weather to report on. I appreciate you stopping by, man.
Hey, no problem. Appreciate you having me, and yeah, thanks,
brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, you have a good one. Talk to you later.
You too. See ya.